Good afternoon, everyone. I am Hilshane Sitamundong and I will be your presenter for the day. Today, I will be discussing the types of rigor. So without further ado, let us start. Here are the types of rigor. First, purposefully misleading rigor. Second, creative or crafty rigor. Third, careless rigor. Fourth, careful rigor. And fifth, enduring rigor. First, let's discuss purposefully misleading rigor. The researcher purposefully changes data, modifies results, changes statistical analysis, and etc. In this type of rigor, the researcher intentionally misleads the reader. The researcher can mislead people in a variety of ways, such as by fabricating data, results, or statistical analysis. The researcher may present fake data that he or she did not collect in reality. This form of rigorlessness is considered research misconduct, fraud, and a crime. For giving false information, the researcher may face consequences. The researcher faces serious accusations for deception with the intent to deceive. For additional information, deception, referred as withholding information or providing partial information with the objective of misleading individuals about the research purpose or procedures. However, in some forms of research, deception may be required to ensure that results are not biased. According to the APA Ethics Code, deception is morally allowed only if there is no other solution to address your research questions. Next is creative or crafty rigor. The researcher applies rigor where he wants to, but does not apply it where there are some loopholes in research. For example, to prove the hypothesis true. This is another type of rigor in which the researcher deceives the readers by claiming that the research followed strict research guidelines. In this case, the researcher applies rigor to only specific aspects of the study, which can lead to inaccurate results. Therefore, even if you conduct one component of the research inattentively, the results of the entire study may be incorrect. This is not as bad as purposefully misleading rigor, but it's still a significant scientific violation. By doing so, the researcher hinders the integrity of research. Next is careless rigor. The researcher applies rigor to some part of the research but avoids on other areas because of carelessness. In here, researchers want to reach their goals without putting in any real effort. For one or more of the reasons, a researcher may become careless during a study. First, to complete the research in a shorter amount of time. Second, to avoid tiredness from tedious work. And third, to avoid external pressures. We don't always think of it as carelessness. Instead, we believe that if we get the results quickly or publish our research on time, it will help us and others. However, we are compromising the rigor and control that should have been exercised. Some researchers, for example, do not wait to repeat the results 2 or 3 times to ensure that they are accurate. So, this lack of rigor can have long-term consequences. Next, careful rigor. The researcher carefully applies rigor to every part of research. So, if there is careless rigor, there is also careful rigor. In here, researchers intend to conduct ethical and scientific research. Researchers avoid casual errors and neglect by examining their own work thoroughly and critically. The use of rigor to each step of the research process aids in the production of dependable and valid results. A researcher like this understands that the integrity of science and research is more important than any other benefit. As a result, the researcher conducts transparent study while complying with all scientific and research group regulations. So throughout the research process and beyond, researcher must preserve integrity. Remember that your scientific purpose is to understand more about how the world works, and that your scientific responsibility is to describe your findings honestly and accurately. Thus, resist the urge to fabricate up the data or compromise with your results in any ways. In addition, unexpected outcomes are frequently as interesting as, if not more so, than planned outcomes. Lastly is enduring rigor. The researcher carefully applies rigor to every part of research and repeats results to get enduring data. In this type of rigor, researchers intend to conduct reliable and valid research. The aim of establishing reliability and validity in research is to make sure that the data is reliable and consistent, and that the results are accurate. Also, this type of rigor is a long-lasting. Research that has enduring rigor is most reliable, valid, and reproducible. To do such research, the researcher must devote more time, effort, energy, and in certain cases, financial resources. The researcher, on the other hand, makes no compromises to the accuracy or validity of their findings. So all in all, it is your responsibility as a researcher to understand and respect your ethical responsibilities. That's all for our discussion. Thank you for listening and have a great day.